Hello there. This flip through is for this kind of a flowish junk journal. It has 6 signatures. It's got some really cool charms. There's 2 of them. And there's this one that has a little book that I made. And it's got some lined pages in there so you could technically write on it. It's got that little, it's like a Tim Holtz steel that you kind of, I put it like upside down so it'll have the little part that you could put the jump ring through. And then I was able to hang those elements from the jump ring. So here I went ahead and put some nice little closure, just a simple Tim Holtz little deal with some elastic, and just to kind of keep it simple, because there was a lot going on already with the book, so I didn't want to make it too clashy with too many things going on. But this is a thick one. This is 3 inches thick. It's basically 6 by 9 1/4, and but yeah, I actually sewed that first signature a couple times in there because the first time I didn't feel like it was super secure, so I went back in there again and did that. But yeah, I showed you how I did this, and this image from this beautiful magazine, it's called Paper City, was my inspiration for this journal, flowy journal. And so yeah, I later on did that striped kind of lime green and white stripe. That's fabric, and then I put a little feather that I found in Galveston, and that's a clear little pocket that I had, and I didn't make it, I just happened to have it. I don't remember why I have it, or how I got it, but anyway, put a little trim on there. And then like I said, I put this fabric in there, but I put it first on a piece of like a cereal box, just so it would be stretched out, and I could kind of sort of measure it a little bit and kind of make it fit a little straighter, not super crooked. And so but yeah, I love this trim. It's I don't love purple right now. I mean, there's times that I go through my periwinkle violet purplish time, but right now I haven't been through that in a while. For some reason I wasn't, so I've had that trim for a long time, and so it was fun to be able to use it. And then I put some washi tape on that. But yeah, there's that trim again. Those letters, it's like typing, old typing, and it's kind of like purple. And then those little circles are the original distressing. It was like a booklet, like a notebook, kind of like a field notebook, and it was an engineer that had it, so it was really cool ephemera there. But yeah, this article is about luminescence, type of, like that glow in the dark type of natural phenomenon in nature with, plants and such. And at this playing card, I thought the imagery in there kind of went along with it, so I thought that was kind of cool. Love this giant tag that I glued to that page, and then I made little pockets, and then that's a tea-dyed little kind of a stencil-y type of image. I actually made it not with a stencil, but with it was a decorative metal piece that I put in the oven, and then I dried the tea on there in the oven, and it kind of picked up that print. So, and then this is a book page. There's a book that I use about flea market finds, and that's where the sneakers come from as well. But yeah, anytime I have any kind of like rip pages and so forth, I love using the washi tape, and I love using the distressing ink to, you know, just kind of bring more texture and more interest to those pages. Kind of grunge them up a little bit. Looks cool. There's that other page that complements that tea dye, and the other side of that page goes really well with, you know, the opposing page. You know, there's something that it pulls from there. This page right here is really hard to see because the glare, but that's like a jar, like a cistern or something, and that's like a bag. And then this image is from an old book from the some museum in New York. And then that's from in Canada. I just love the way the skies look in there. That's an old calendar, not very old, just like 2016 or something. And then this is a locomotive, electric locomotive. And so that's kind of a cool piece of ephemera. And yeah, new developments or science developments. That's funny because it's like from the 1950s. And then you got more of those pages from that book about flea market finds, which I just fell in love with. I just thought it was such a nice book, and it had small articles that were really interesting. And then here's the other side of that calendar. I did use several calendar pages for this book. I put one in each signature. This one is pretty, the way the colors with the tea dye complemented the opposing pages there again. And this is a Greek revival page. I used black and white polka dots or black and white different designs in the different pages here, so that it would kind of tie each signature together. But we already went over this page, so you already saw that. So the next signature is the entitled. It's titled The Entitled, so that's kind of interesting. But you've got Elizabeth Taylor, you got some princesses and queens and duchess, and just, I love that trim, that gold trim on there. There's that washi tape again. And then this lady has a crown in her hand. But yeah, this is all about royalty and what have you. And so anyway, this lady image was really interesting because the opposing page has that really royal blue. And so her eyes are just super royal blue. And this piece of paper has different languages in it. And I thought it was really interesting. I just distressed it and put it there by the maps. And then that goes well with the fingerprints article. And then this is really pretty scrapbook paper. Put a little tuck spot. So now you have the Valobra brand, and it's apparently was a jeweler that for the Italian royalty. So anyway, I thought that was appropriate for the signature. I like how I had to use that washi tape, and it just so happened to be on the person's hand. So these little tags in here are very interesting. That's there's another one in there that's Porsche. So that's really cool. Kind of goes with that signature. Love that paper. And who can have or be royalty without their white horse, right? So there's a beautiful image from another book, a Victorian romantic decorating book from, I believe, the 1980s. And anyway, this page goes really well with this opposing page. The greens just kind of complement each other beautifully. Then you got this theater, and the music paper, tea-dyed music paper, and then the opposing page is a theater. I forget where it is, but anyway, that's a calendar. That's one of the calendars. Like I said, I've used a calendar page in each signature, and that's the queen bee that you just saw, that paper. And this is from that Victorian book again, Victorian romantic book. I just thought it was really pretty. Love, there again, the black and white, and in this case we went with the stripes, and then it looks really cool, you know, with these little girls that had the red stripes. So that was kind of fun. And you know, this is the other side of that signature, and you know, that dental molding and this paper complement each other really well. So I like how that's layered together that way. And then of course the gold trim, love that. And then that's the end of that signature. So we go to the next one, and it's called Arcane Ephemera, and I love this pom-pom trim. And that kind of like a photo deal there. It's some ephemera from another magazine, a different magazine. It's also from Houston, actually. And then off with their head, you know, or off with their heads, I think it says, and it's kind of funny. But yeah, that you would think it would be more like something that you would want to put on the royalty, but for some reason I thought it was more of an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. So that's Chicago. That's an image of a place in Chicago there, downtown Chicago, and I just thought that was really cool since my son had gone there recently. There's another one of those little ephemera cards that were just really quirky, really cool. And there's another one tucked in there, and that's a little pocket there made from those light fixtures, which I thought were very interesting. And so yeah, there's some more paper, tea-dyed paper. I love the way that one came out particularly. And I have some really nice patterns in there, some nice articles as well. This is a Moody